Hey, what's up, world, and welcome to the 93rd edition of the Take One podcast. I am your host, August C. Jones, on this day of October 9th, which happens to be my brother's birthday. So happy birthday, brother, and I hope that you have many more birthdays to come. And I hope that you enjoy your day, which I know you're probably just working all damn day. Because that's all he does. He works. Just works. But ain't nothing wrong with that. But speaking of that, let's go ahead and get into work. Because I got quite a few things to talk about on this episode. Which range from new pics that were put out. A new trailer that was dropped. New kind of movie news that, you know, may spark the interest of a lot of people or outrage, depending on how you view the situation, as well as some stuff in other entertainment that I want to get on and talk about. Something that's coming back from the dead, or was it dead? I don't know. But let's go ahead and jump right into it with show notes. And basically, the thing that I'm going to be talking about in the show notes is a new image of Batwoman that has dropped on the interweb, and it looks pretty damn decent. I'm not gonna say pretty damn good. I mean, we'll put it like this. Let me be real. The thing that throws me off about it is the hair, because it's like a really, dark red. Not dark red, but it's really red. And that's the only thing that throws me out. But the suit of Batwoman looks really good. And if a lot of people are confused, we got the information a while back that Batwoman would be integrated into the Arrowverse, which is the universe of DC that is on the CW, which consists of course, Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow. So she will be interjected into that universe, even though it consists of other universes, because Arrow and Flash are within the same world, but then Supergirl takes place on another one, and I think Legends of Tomorrow kind of plays, I think it's in the same one, I think it's in the same world as Flash and Arrow, but it takes place through different timelines and stuff like that. But in any case, so Batgirl will take place semi-connected to that universe. It'd be in his own universe or whatnot, but yeah, Ruby Rose, who was recently in the Meg movie, will be in this, will be playing Batwoman, and also she was in John Wick 2. And I have no problem with that. I wasn't really taken by her up in, the Meg, but I really did like her in John Wick 2, even though she didn't really have a huge character. I like the look of her. So I want to see how she's going to pull off being Batwoman, and just, it's such a different look from what she basically how she is. So I just want to see how it all plays out. But so they just started production today of this crossover that will happen, which is called Elseworlds, and it will happen in December. December 9th to be exact. And it will go from Sunday, December 9th, all the way to Tuesday, December 11th. So there'll be a 3-night event. It will not include the Legends of Tomorrow. It's just going to have Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl. Probably some other characters from their, series. But it would just consist of those 3 ones. And basically, you'll just have, Batgirl in there, and they're going to Gotham. It will take place in Gotham, and it has something to do with, like, Arkham Asylum, some sciences working with, inside of Arkham that catches the eye of the heroes from the other universes. So it seems pretty interesting. And so they team up with Batwoman to handle this threat that is plaguing them. I guess I kind of like sold that. So yeah. But in any case, that will happen all in December. And as of right now, they do have plans to do a Batwoman TV series, a pilot is I think about to start in development, if it's not in development as of right now. But they do have plans to have one out, and it will, be connected. So more than likely the next crossover will include Batwoman within the fray. So I don't know, I'm really looking forward to it. To be honest, I still haven't even caught up with the last season of Arrow, Flash, or Supergirl. So I think I need to get caught up on all of that so that I can, be up to date. Yeah. But I mean, as far as the image, she looks pretty cool. I don't know, but hey, it's whatever. So let's go ahead and jump right into trailer reviews. Now, yesterday a new trailer dropped for this movie called Bodied. And it's a movie that will appear on YouTube, the premium version of it. And it's basically just about rap battling. It's a white boy who gets caught into the world of rap battle and just him climbing the ranks and everything that's involved with that. And it's produced by Eminem. And it comes out next month on the 28th. And like I said, it's exclusively to YouTube. And I watched this trailer, and this movie looks pretty damn good. It really does. I didn't know what to expect. I just saw like Bodied. Okay, whatever. It was on Eminem's YouTube channel, so it was like, okay, well, I know by him promoting it like that, he has something to do with it. I know he's not starring in it, so he must be the producer, and yeah. So it's just following this white kid in the world of battle rapping. And what was shown in the trailer was some of the lines and stuff, and so I'm like, okay, this looks like it's going to be good. And it reminds me of 8 Mile. It really does. Like, if you've seen 8 Mile or whatever, then you see this trailer, you're going to see what I'm talking about, because it looks just like, extended 8 Mile that's really more about the rap battle part of it. And it looks like it's going to have a lot of hilarious parts up in there. Like, there's one part of the trailer where the kid, he's still in high school. He's a white boy or whatever. He's still in high school. And so I guess he got in trouble. And so one of the teachers was saying something or whatever to, what he did wrong. And he was basically rapping a word that she had said. Well, he was rhyming a word to the word that she had said. And the principal was like, would you stop rapping, you little shit? And that is like, that was the funniest part of the trailer. But overall, the trailer looked like it's going to have, the trailer had a lot of entertainment to it. And this movie looked like it's going to have a lot more entertainment to it. And it looked like it's going to be real funny. I don't know. It looks like it's going to be really good. I don't know. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's on YouTube right now. But I may end up getting YouTube Premium, just to watch this movie and then, cancel it after that or whatnot. But this movie, like, is going to be really, really good. It looks like it has a lot going for it. So I can't wait to see this. And so with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into movie news. And we got a couple things to talk about in movie news. But the first thing I want to talk about is James Gunn. His name has popped up again due to the fact that Warner Brothers is looking at him to write and direct the new Suicide Squad movie. Now, we all know the situation revolving around James Gunn. He was fired from Disney due to old tweets that arisen and really paint him in kind of like a dark type of sense. And it was just due to just distasteful jokes. And so ever since then, other companies have eyed James Gunn to try to bring him on after, once the contract is through with Disney, they want to bring him on and, do some movies and stuff like that because of what he's did with the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and everything. And so Warner Brothers was one of those companies and still is one of those companies that want to bring him on. And so I guess right now they're in talks to bring him along and write and direct the new Suicide Squad movies, the Suicide Squad 2 movie. And I mean, I have no problem with it. I already gave out my thoughts on it, and it was like I feel like it was justified, depending on what the circumstances was, whether Disney and them knew about these tweets before they were released and then just decided to cut him loose because it got public and stuff of that nature, or if it was just they sincerely didn't know. But whatever the case, I do wholeheartedly agree with his firing, with them getting rid of him because of everything going on with Disney. So I have no hard ill feelings toward James Gunn. Those are jokes in way bad taste. It's certain things you don't joke about, and that was just one of the things. If another film company wants to come along and grab him up, okay, cool, whatever. Suicide Squad, I think the only reason that he was eyed for doing a Suicide Squad movie was because of Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, if this do happen to come to fruition, and he ends up penning the script for Suicide Squad 2 and directing it, I feel like it's going to be a way better film than the first one. A way better film. The first one was just a heap of garbage. But I think he would do amazing with it, especially with what he's done with the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Hell yeah. I think he will really be a good asset to them. And I think that's why they really wanted to bring him on. And it's in a sense, it's kind of smart on their part. This was something, he had something bad happen in his past. And I guess they can look past it. A lot of people can't. A lot of people are looking at it as like he shouldn't work anymore. But, I mean, obviously that's kind of not the case. I mean, we got the guy who created Jeepers Creepers. He still was making movies after what he did. So, I mean, a lot of times, it's sad to say, like, Hollywood, it depends on what type of level you're at or who you are or what you've done to where you can be forgiven. Sometimes you can't, other times you can, And so Gavin O'Connor was put on to oversee, the future project or whatever, but we don't know as of right now because it's kind of in question as of this moment. But as of right now, like, he's not James Gunn is not the director. These are just in talks to try to get him on, but as of right now, it has no director attached to it. More than likely, they have stuff that's been written for it, but I don't think it's anything that's going to stick due to the fact of them saying that if he comes along, he's going to write and direct it. So either they had something and scrapped it, or they haven't had anything and they're waiting for if this happens, or if, say, another director comes along and then you want to write it. They'll give them the tools to write it, or just give them the freedom to write, whatever. And so Batista, a person that's been really vocal about the whole thing with James Gunn and just his distaste with Disney and how they went about doing things and how it's nauseating, like, literally those are his words, nauseating, still working for Disney, and that if they don't use the script for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, that he's going to get out his contract and, whatever. I believe I've stated how I felt about it. Matter of fact, yes, I have stated how I felt about Batista, the whole thing. I commend him for having his back, but, dude, you're not that big yet. You're not The Rock. But in any case, if things don't work out with Dave Batista and Disney, he won't have any problems following him over to Warner Brothers and starring in the sequel to Suicide Squad, which I have no problem with either. I don't have any quarrels against Dave Batista. I disagree with him with half of what, he believes as far as the James Gunn situation, but I get where he's coming from. I understand completely. More than likely, if I was in his shoes, I would feel the same way. So I'm not about to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to watch Batista movies, whatever. No. If James Gunn end up directing the Suicide Squad 2 movie, if it ever gets in production or whatever, and Dave Batista is a part of it, I wouldn't have no problem with it. I really wouldn't. I will probably end up watching it because with what James Gunn has done with the Guardians, like I said, he probably might do a really good job. And then, yeah, and then other reports have came out from THR that basically it may not end up being a sequel. It may end up just being a different version of Suicide Squad, and I'm just gonna save my breath. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole because I've stated before how I felt about the whole wall of Disney, the whole wall of DC. I've mentioned how I felt about it and just everything that they're doing, and I really don't want to go into a rant, but if they want to do it, more power to them. If they end up actually doing this and it's not a sequel to that, then if it's good, then, you know, it's a win. I don't know, whatever. But in any case, let's go ahead and go to the second part, which is one of my favorite guilty pleasure movies to watch every year around this time of this month, which is Hocus Pocus. For you guys that don't know what Hocus Pocus is, it is a older film about 3 witches who get resurrected and wants to steal the lives of all the adults or children of the town. Do whatever. It is one of my favorite guilty pleasure films because it's not a great film. Not a great film in the slightest. It's not a good film in the slightest. I mean, it's a film for kids. If you've seen it, you know. If you haven't, it's a film for kids. But because I seen it when I was younger, it has a lot of nostalgia to it. I love it. I watch it every year. I believe me and my son watched it last year. Yep, we watched it last year around this time, and that was his first time seeing it. You know, I love the movie. I watch it every single year. It's not Halloween without certain movies. In my list, it's like Sleepy Hollow, Hocus Pocus. It's actually quite a few other films. You know, I think I could add Pumpkinhead to that. I mean, I watched The Conjuring year all around, but I guess you can add that to it. But basically, that's what it is. It's just a guilty pleasure type film. But the reason why I bring it up is that AMC is re-releasing it back to theaters for a limited time during the month of October, which is October 26th through the 30th, well, the 31st. And you get to see it in the big screen. And with that being one of my favorite guilty pleasure films, as I said a couple times before, I will go see it up in the movie theater. I may end up taking my son. Matter of fact, I probably will take my son. We're going to go watch it in the movie theater, and I'm going to get the popcorn. I'm going to get the pop, and we're going to just chill and enjoy the damn film. Because this will be my first time seeing it in theaters, because I didn't see it in theaters when I was younger. So I am going to enjoy myself. So if you live near AMC and you love this film, you may end up wanting to go check this out. Because it seemed like a real treat. And I'm definitely going to go treat myself to watching Hocus Pocus on the big screen. So, yeah. There we go. And so that ends movie news. So let's go ahead and jump right into the last segment of this episode that will wrap it up. Which is called In Other Entertainment. And so in Other Entertainment, I wanted to talk about something just actually kind of has nostalgia to it as well. So we all know this year Toys R Us closes doors for good. No more Toys R Us. And so it was kind of like a sad moment because, yeah, that was a toy store that I remember the commercials. I remember going to it when I was younger. And when I was younger, without, you know, you had stores like Kmart and stuff like that, but a lot of them didn't really have toys like Toys R Us. You know, that was the if you were a kid and you were told by your parents that you're going to Toys R Us, that's gonna be like your day. That's gonna make your day. They're overpriced, but that was gonna make your day. It was just a toy store dedicated to toys, and that was just basically what it was. And with them closing their doors down, yeah, I think the last time I've been there I think it was earlier this year. Because I took my son there. My sister had got him a Toys R Us gift card. And so it had like $20 on it. So I wanted to use it before, because I didn't know if it had an expiration date. So I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and use it. So he got him a little toy or whatever. And that was the last time I've been there. They have overpriced toys. You can go to Walmart or, stores like that and get toys cheaper. They have a good little toy section or whatever. But in any case, they closed their doors down. No more Toys R Us. My childhood is slowly getting diminished. Yeah. But on the bright side, Toys R Us is coming back. They are having a relaunch, but it will not be called Toys R Us. Instead, it will be called Jeffrey's Toy Box. And instead of having all the stores reopen back up and everything else, they're going to start with stores within a store, which is basically kind of like, the best way I can put it is that if you live near a Kmart that has a little Caesars in there, I guess you could say it's kind of like that. They will have like a little section, or not a little section, but like a part of the store where it's just it'll just be there. It'll just be in that little corner. Probably bigger. I ain't gonna say like a little, like it's like a bedroom size, but it more than likely gonna be like a little nice size and like a bigger store, like a Kmart or something of that nature. Maybe not a Kmart, but you get what I'm saying. That it's going to be a store within a store just to start off before they can, branch out to actually having whole stores again. And they were met with a, choice to sell their IPs, which is the Toys R Us name and the Baby R Us name, or keep it. And they chose to keep it. So they kept the rights to the names of, Toys R Us and Babies R Us, as well as Jeffrey's name, because Jeffrey's name is copywritten and, just the design of Jeffrey the giraffe and all that stuff. And so this was basically confirmed by a mascot, the mascot of Toys R Us, Jeffrey the giraffe, at the Dallas Toy Preview. And he was donning a cape that had the new logo on it, which says Jeffrey's Toy Box. And like I said, they're going to start actually really, really soon. As of next month, they have plans to open up like I said, the stores within the stores next month. I don't know if it's going to happen because this is kind of like out the blue and stuff like that, but maybe they had plans and whatever from the time that they closed down to now. But they're going to start the process of having the store within the store things happen next month and try to get everything going. And basically they don't have any shops or, stores in mind right now. It wasn't anything mentioned or whatever to where you'll be able to find them. More than likely, they're not going to be crazy all over the U.S. They're probably going to be in like the major cities, like maybe New York, L.A., Chicago, and stuff like that. So it's not going to be, everywhere, but they're going to probably start in like really populated areas. That way they can go ahead and, get stuff out. So more than likely, if they get it started, you're going to probably see a Jeffrey's Toy Box in some local malls. Because I would say that would probably be one of the best places to have it, because it wouldn't be a huge store. It'll be a small, little, decent, nice size area that they can have, start things up and see how things started, see how things are going to go. And if everything goes good and they feel that they can move forward to, bringing out a official Jeffrey's Toy Box store, then they're going to go from there. But I think this is just the beginning preparations of it to see how it's going to do. Hopefully they bring the toy prices down to where it will rival Walmart or Kmart type store, because if they keep doing overpriced, it wouldn't be no point for them to have Kane back. It really wasn't no point. But they do have a website that you can go in and get all the specifics, furthermore information on everything that's happening with them, because there's a lot of stuff, a lot of information that they do have on this. But this is just the gist of it that, you know, is out there and what they have plans to do. But I don't know, like, I'm not about to sit here and lie and be like, you know, as soon as it opens up, I'm about to go and, you know, shop. Like, no. If they do have some stores and, you know, by next month or whatnot, I might check it out if I end up coming across one. I don't know how many stores. I don't even know if they're going to have one in Chicago. If they do, it may end up being downtown, you know. And I know I'm definitely not going to go downtown just to go to a Jeffrey's Toy Box. So, I don't know. I'm going to see what's happening with that. Hopefully it has some decent prices on these toys, and hopefully it end up being successful. I don't know. Maybe. But those are my thoughts. And that ends this episode of the Take One Podcast, episode 93. We're almost there to 100. Don't know what I'm going to do for it, but we are almost there. Thank you guys for joining me. And I plan on having another podcast later on this week. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it's going to be before the end of the week. So I will just keep, you know, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification. That way you will be notified for when I drop that. So, yeah, and like I said, thank you guys for listening, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Hey, before you guys leave, make sure you hit that like button as well as that subscribe button. And you see that little bell, make sure you hit that to turn on your notifications. That way you'll be notified for anything that appears on my channel. Hope to see you guys next time. Peace out.